the little girl put her beloved pets into the sewer. Just as they were leaving, the mouse remembered the little girl. From that moment on, they regained their freedom. Once they entered the sewer, their bodies began to mutate. The mouse gradually stood up, and its size began to grow slowly. Since the little turtles grew more slowly, Arthur began to take care of them. From then on, the little turtles grew up under the mouse's care. But after so long underground, they were very curious about the outside world. Arthur also anticipated that they would surely venture out into the outside world. To avoid being bullied once they went out, they had to learn how to protect themselves. While Arthur was cleaning, he discovered a secret ninja manual. From then on, Arthur began his training. Under Arthur's guidance, the children made rapid progress. When they reached their teenage years, Arthur bestowed upon them unique weapons. Jack, the eldest, received a pair of samurai swords. Tom, the second, a trident. James, the third, a samurai staff. And William, the fourth, nunchucks. Thus, the four-member Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were born. They moved through the night, protecting the safety of the citizens. Meanwhile, Luna, the little girl from back then, had grown up and become a news reporter for a media company. One day, while riding the subway, she was suddenly kidnapped by terrorists. The hostage-takers were none other than the infamous Bigfoot gang. Their presence posed a serious threat to public safety. At that moment, she secretly pulled out her phone to record the scene. But she was quickly discovered. Just then, a strange sound echoed through the subway car, and the lights went out. As the train sped past, several mysterious figures leaped onto the platform. Before the villains could even react, they were knocked down. Luna tried to capture the scene on camera, but she couldn't make out their faces at all. Afterward, they left through the subway ventilation shaft. Meanwhile, the kidnappers had all been subdued and tied up in a row. Seeing this, Luna hurried after them. She saw that the shaft led straight to the roof, so she climbed up without hesitation. Just as they were preparing to celebrate on the roof, a light suddenly came on nearby.
It's a camera flash. We know.
It turned out Luna had forgotten to turn off the lights. Panicked, she immediately began to flee. Unexpectedly, Tom grabbed her and pulled her back up. Luna finally got a clear look at their true faces. Just then, William came up behind her and removed his mask as a gesture of goodwill. But this scared Luna so much that she fainted. When she woke up again, the photos on her phone had been deleted. They demanded that Luna not report the incident. Otherwise, they would find her again. However, during the conversation, Luna inadvertently learned their names. They felt very familiar to her, but she couldn't quite place them. Just as they were leaving, Luna managed to snap a blurry photo of them. They quickly returned to the sewers. When they reached the entrance, they became extremely cautious. If their father found out they'd snuck out again, they would surely be punished. However, they were still discovered by Arthur.
We weren't. I forgot to soak my retainer.
I'm totally sleepwalking. Look, Mike is sleeping and walking. He's totally innocent.
After a stern scolding, Arthur put them through training to make them confess what they'd done. Arthur even brought out his ultimate weapon, a pizza made with a variety of cheeses, something William really wanted. Although James kept trying to talk him out of it, William couldn't resist the temptation of the pizza and blurted it out.
All right. We left the lair because the Foot were taking hostages and we kicked some serious butt and there was this girl named April O'Neil who took our picture. But we took care of it.
Upon hearing this, Arthur sensed something was wrong. This could get Luna killed. Arthur immediately ordered that she be brought here as soon as possible. Meanwhile, back at home, Luna kept searching through her father's records. In a diary, she found the marks they left behind every time they appeared. Then, on a videotape, she discovered footage of herself as a child. It documented her father's experiments, and the subjects of his experiments were several little turtles. This made Luna realize that they were the test subjects of her father and Mark. Her father had tragically died that same night in a laboratory fire, but this meant that her father's experiment back then hadn't failed. So Luna found Mark and told him everything. As she was leaving, Mark gave her a business card and told her to contact him if she needed to. That night, they found Luna again and took her back to the sewers. When Arthur saw Luna, he recognized her as the little girl from all those years ago. Arthur then told her everything that had happened in the lab. Just then, the sewer's defense system suddenly went off. Members of the Giant Foot Gang rushed into the sewers and surrounded all the exits. But how did they find such a hidden place? This made Luna suspect that the business card likely contained a tracking device. By then, the armed men had already reached the entrance. However, in the very next second,